Hello and welcome to another episode of Wartune Solo Adventures. I guess I should start with addressing my last episode where I went on a bit of a rant about the event chests, and as it turns out, and I got told in the comment section, I was actually completely wrong. You did get beast souls from the last from the chests, but there was just no announcement anywhere since they went straight to your profile here. So yeah, that's a bit silly of me. Still, I think the returns for opening 400 chests was atrocious. So basically, I still stand by what I said, but some of it was 100% incorrect. So there's that. So on to today's episode. A bit of a surprise to me, but a rather large patch got rolled out in the maintenance earlier today. Or I'm not sure if it was a large, but it contained quite a lot of changes to the game. This patch had been announced for a while, I think. At least there was info about it on the different blogs and so on, but I expected it to come later in the month. Basically, several aspects of the game got optimized, as the patch note said, which usually means nerfed into the ground. Though this time I actually like quite a lot of the changes. I'm sure many are still complaining, as always. And yes, I know that there was a bunch of bugs introduced in this patch. For instance, it seems like they rolled back the last patch, so you can now no longer sell your star tier shards and some other stuff that wasn't supposed to be included in the patch, but I'm assuming they will fix those things reasonably quickly, so I'm not going to talk that much about them. Let's see if I can get... there we go. You actually got one. So let's talk about the things that was changed on purpose in this patch. I will miss a whole bunch of stuff. It just got introduced today, and as always, there are a lot of changes, and it takes a while to notice all of them. One thing that got changed is something that I talked about very recently, I think perhaps in a couple of episodes ago. I was complaining about the fact that you can't get multiple copies of some of the mounts in the game to recycle them. For instance, the mount from Tower of Kings. Well, lo and behold, in this patch they changed it, so you can now craft several of these Netherwing Dragon cards. They cost 800 soul, whatever it's called, Shadow Souls, which you gain by running Tower Kings. And as you can see, it says activated. That means I already have this mount, but I could get a card anyway. And if I double click it, it says this mount has been activated permanently. I can now recycle it for 120 beast souls, which I am going to do. And 120 souls equals, let's see, equals a plus 10 mount. So not a huge deal, but still it is a mount that I can now buy a mount that I don't already have. So that is a great change. I think that it goes for some, not all of the other mounts, but some of them. I'm not sure if you can craft more. We can take a look at that. If you can craft more. Okay, so you can't recycle. This is the catacomb mount. That one can't be redone. Oh, so a couple of them says unable to recycle. But some, like this one, says it doesn't say that. So That's a really good change. Unfortunately, at the same time, they decided to change up the Tower of Kings dungeon, because this was a great reason to start running it. They changed the drops. Let's see. The contents of these chests. They will now contain some more useful stuff, whips specifically, but some other stuff as well. However, they decided to change the difficulty of this dungeon by a lot. I was used to be able to solo, I think, the first 3 levels of normal, and today I tried easy, and I didn't even dent the opponents on the first boss, well, the first stage of easy level, so that is a huge change. I have a feeling they may actually do something about that. That doesn't seem right, really, because the dungeon was pretty hard as it was before. I'm still only on normal level after 1 year. Granted, I only run it solo, but still, I can do a lot of the other content. So, yeah, hopefully they will change it a bit. Otherwise, oh well, good, nice for those who run it in a group, the way it's supposed to be, I guess. But you can still just enter the dungeon and exit, and you will get 10 Shadow Souls. That's the way it's always been, so every 80 days you will get a mount. So that's good. The Spire got the Nightmare level introduced. I still haven't beaten the normal Spire, so I can check it out. Guess that's another incentive for me to actually do the push. I've completed the first 21 or 22 levels, I think, so perhaps I should go ahead and try to finish it off. So I'll take a look at some other stuff that was changed. The game box here, for instance, is one of them. They've removed the weekly cycle of mini games and switched it to this, where you can do fishing on 1 day a week, on Mondays, Jewel Hunt on Wednesdays, and Cloud Adventures on Fridays. This means quite significant nerf to these games, since you can now only run them 4 times per month, and the underground, whatever it's called, dungeon, crypt, can't remember, was removed, and so was the goodie game. We'll see if they get introduced somewhere else, but for now they're gone, so that's less rewards. The rewards also got changed. Now you can get a new currency called nickel, and it looks like you can spend it on some semi-useful stuff depending on your character advancement, but I guess I'll have to take a closer look. Yeah, tomorrow I can do Cloud Adventures and so on, so once I've been able to run these, I can do a more thorough analysis. They optimized their Sylph Expedition. I haven't run that in quite a while, so I am not 100% sure about the changes. I think you had more Sylphs, you had a set of backup Sylphs before. Now you only have 4, and the rewards were slightly improved, I think. I did a blitz through the first 19 levels, and I got enough of these shards to create 1 chest. I think you got some of these before, but not nearly that many. You also got a few of these Divinity Soul chests, basically level 1 Divinity Soul. At the even levels, so at level 10 I got 1, I think. This is a good change, obviously. Divinity Souls are pretty scarce in the game, so it's good to have an easy way to get them. Blitzing takes 30 seconds per level, so perhaps this will get more people to run it, which is a good thing. They also changed around the devotion. Yeah, the check-in system was changed also, so you now only have to check in 10 times per month, and the rewards are slightly different. You get some gold, some bound balance, some gems, some coordinates, and then you get these chests that cost balance to open, though that is a decent, well, it's a pretty good. You get 50 whips and it costs 66 balance, so that should be a really good deal if you want to spend balance on whips. But you can just ignore it otherwise and take the free other stuff. This was never a huge deal anyway. The devotion rewards got changed around a bit. The levels are different. I think there are a few more things to do, but if you're a VIP, you can now spin 6 times a day, which I think is the same as before. And non-VIPs get to spin it 4 times if you complete enough stuff. So, it looks like the rewards are the same, so that wasn't that different. The VIP rewards finally got updated, the weekly pack. Still not spectacular, but at least they removed some of the most useless stuff. So here at level 9 you get 2.2 million gold, some luck stones, 900 soul crystals, 100 VIP tokens, and 180 whips. So you used to get 5 whips or something, I think. That was a bit silly. A good change. I guess it doesn't have to be a huge bonus. There are other benefits to being a VIP, so this is a nice, especially for me, since I still need a way to get soul crystals. I will get some more now, that is good. They also finally updated the VIP token wheel. Well, not a really huge change, they just added a few more relevant items, and I guess they removed some of the most useless ones. So you can now get the U-Demon gems here, but I can refresh this a couple of times to see. You can also get Blood of Zeus, though you only get 1, so that's rather stupid. And the same, you can get Sepulchrum, I got 1. That is not really relevant. But still, you used to get the keys, whatever they're called, and some other stuff that they seem to have removed. And these are free as well, so I guess you can't complain that much. I have enough to spin quite a lot of times. Yeah, Divinity Souls and so on. So personally, I would have liked to see a more significant update. Let's see if I do. Okay, so this Divinity Soul chest is one of the top prices, and also self-equipment shards. So, meh. Okay, you mainly do it for the gold, so getting 1 Divinity Soul is an okay bonus, I guess. Speaking of self-equipment shards, I think it looked like they changed these rewards again for the self. Maybe they didn't. You now get self-equipment shards when you complete a fight. I don't think you got that before, but I may be mistaken, so I shouldn't be. I thought you got Sepulchrum here, but maybe that's only the... Oh well, I'm not sure, to be honest. Another change I talked about recently got introduced as well, so that's pretty good. Now I won't be able to see it, I guess, because I don't have any skill books, but they've changed it so that you will now see which skill books you have in your inventory by a small number here, so you know which ones can be engulfed, which is fantastic. That's something I talked about earlier, so great stuff that actually got introduced. They also introduced a new demon, the Blood Warrior, I think it was called. I'm going to try to get one later, just since I want to have one of each, though it will be increasingly difficult since it is a random chance, and now there are 6 types, so the chances of getting the one you actually want is getting smaller by every update. Moving on, and as I said, I will probably miss quite a few things, so there will be time to review them further in later episodes. Oops, sorry. They changed these pasture areas to state the number of animals you can have. So mine says 18 out of 18, which means it's full. I wonder if this one is, yeah, okay. The second one still can't be used. So that is a small but useful change. I'll just milk my animals while I'm here. And then I will quickly move on to one of the more significant optimizations. We can take a quick look at the golden roads first, though. This was changed. Now you can see the number of shards you get. They removed the mystery boxes, I believe, and the corner squares where you only got gold. So now you only get clothing chests and shards, which is the main purpose of running this. So they did some updates to this as well, which means they cleared the progress, and mine was at 80, so that was a bit of a shame, but that's not a huge deal. And I will probably do a run of this in a future episode, because I am planning to spend some balance here. I'm running out of clothing, so time to get some new ones. So I'll look more at this later. Now on to the dimensions, which got an optimization, a real one this time. Basically, I've stopped doing dimensions because it's so time consuming. And it's not really hard, you can just skip most of the content, but you still have to find all the trees and all the bases and the stairs and so on, which takes a lot of time. But in the update today, let's see, I can they changed the way this explore button works. It used to find you one random event on the map. Event meaning the ones you're trying to avoid. The monster fights, basically. This now got changed to finding the bases and the stairs and nothing else. So for instance, this level has 2 bases and stairs, so I spent 30 energy, and now I can see all of the important places. and just go straight to them. This will save enormous amounts of time, which means I can start doing this again. That's also why I started one of the advanced dimensions. I haven't done one before because the maps are huge and would take ages to explore them. But now it goes rather quickly. You spend a bit more energy, obviously, but, well, not really. 30 energy, that's nothing. That's 30 steps, and you would waste a lot more than that, even on a basic level. So, really good stuff. You will, by not exploring the entire level, you will obviously miss the chests and the Balon mines. But the main benefit of doing that dimensions is the resistance bonus and the daily crystal rewards. So if you want to explore them completely to get all the chests and stuff, you can do that just as before. But if you don't, and I certainly don't, you can just complete them and claim your crystal rewards, which is fantastic. So yay developers for introducing a great change. I am most pleased about that. Let's see, we can take one last look at something. Oh, I keep forgetting I can now fly over stuff, which is nice. The Sylph Atoll got a revamp.